How does information get into your brain and how do you retrieve that information later? Well, cognitive psychologists have imagined individuals as a processor of information, in much the same way that a computer takes in information and follows a program to produce an output. Looking more closely to how we as humans process information, psychologists have developed a model to explain the discrete steps in which we process, retain, and retrieve information. This model is widely known as the Information Processing Model by Atkinson and Shiffrin. There are three main memory sites information travels through. These are sensory memory, short-term memory, or also known as working memory, and long-term memory. Sensory memory is the first stage in which you interact with information in your environment. It is a temporary register for all information your senses are taking in. Even though you have 5 senses, the two most studied is sight and sound. Within sensory memory, you have iconic memory, which is memory that you see, and echoic memory, which is memory that you hear. Your visual memory may be really vivid, but lasts less than half a second, whereas auditory information lasts longer, between 3 to 4 seconds. We receive a ton of information coming into our sensory memory, but we can't possibly process all of it at once. So we decide what we pay attention to. Information that is not attended to is lost, and the information we have responded to passes through to the short-term memory, or today commonly referred to as working memory. The change in name to working memory is due to the reason that this short-term memory site does more than just hold information. Working memory capacity works slightly differently, not defined by time but by quantity, holding around 7 pieces of information at a time. Working memory, as defined by Bradley and Hitch, involves different types of components to process different incoming inputs. The central component to their theory is the central executive, which regulates and controls all cognitive processes. Specifically, it fills the role of coordinating information from the subcomponents of the visuospatial sketchpad that processes visual information and the phonological loop that processes verbal information. Once the central executive completes its tasks, the information is temporarily stored within the episodic buffer, which holds and organizes the information before it goes into long-term memory. Information in short-term memory is often lost or forgotten due to interference, decay, or retrieval failure. In order to maintain this information in short-term memory or transfer it into long-term memory, the information and concepts need to be rehearsed or deeply processed. The long-term memory, as we know it, is a storage system in which we hold all our knowledge and all our memories. Long-term memory contains memories that are not currently activated or unconscious, and those that are activated and transferred straight back into short-term memory. Information here in the long-term memory is often lost due to decay. In order for us to further understand the software within us, this briefly summarizes the information processing model.